Today on Blue Gum Park Australia, I'm going to install a concrete ramp into my shed where I keep some equipment, because at the moment, if you have a look there, it's a bit of a step there. It's a good 150mm high step, so it's very hard to get machines in and out of there. So I'm just cleaning up. There's some old pavers or bricks used as pavers here. So I'm just going to get them up one by one with a digging bar there. I'll get my little helper here. He's just putting his little pet fish on the concrete bags in the background to watch what we're doing. So we'll also get a bucket here in a minute, because as we're lifting the bricks we're finding lots of worms, earthworms under there, so we're grabbing them to put them down in our worm farm. So that's what you can see me do there, grabbing heaps of the worms. So we've got to clean this all up to get it ready so we can lay out our formwork for our new ramp, so it's not as hard to get our equipment in and out. So preparation's everything when you're doing a job. So a lot more worms there. So flying along. So what I'm doing here, I'm about to drill into the slab, and I'm going to ram some Rio rods into there so that the new ramp won't move, so it'll stay the same height as the slab. Because if you don't put a tie into the slab you're joining to, the slabs will move and you get big gaps, and then it just becomes a bit of a problem. So I run those Rio bars into the concrete, and now I'm putting formwork up either side to hold the side of the concrete from flowing out. So you drive some pegs down there. Now I'm just wiring the Rio mesh, so that's just my old wire mesh I got lying around. I'm wired that up to the actual pegs going into the slab there, so they all hold together so it's nice and firm and won't move. Now the formwork I'm putting around the outside, you drive pegs in it to hold it in place so it doesn't move when the concrete hits it, so you want it nice and square. So I've got pegs there holding, and I've also got little saddles going around those pegs into the timber that I've screwed there that you can't see. Now in the background you can see there's half a wheelie bin in the background. That's full of water, so I'll show you how I make that half wheelie bin, because I use the other half as a worm farm in another episode. So that's my water supply to mix up the concrete. So I've got my little helper there screeding it out while I mix up the next batch. So he's doing a great little job there. So as you can see, it's a very handy little thing, the wheelie bin. So it's an old council wheelie bin. You can buy them from councils or recycling yards. Yeah, you can also get them from Bunnings, but you can get them a lot cheaper from your local dump. They've got old ones there. So now I'm just finishing off the screeding there. I'm going to use an old tool. That's my grandfather's edger, so it's at least 80, 90 years old, that one, and it still works perfectly. So that gives you the nice round edge along the edge of your slab. So I'm just finishing off the slab there. Now it's a bit dry with a sponge to give it a nice surface. And then you've got the crucial bit of writing your name in there. So I hope you enjoyed it, and look forward to giving you some videos in the near future. Thanks very much for watching.